Every truth you believe, every history book you read, might be a carefully constructed lie. Ancient empires mastered the art of burying knowledge, not just enemies. This isn't theory. It's documented fact, impacting your understanding of the world. Welcome to Past Chronicles, where we unearth the secrets history tried to bury. We promise to reveal how power has always manipulated information, showing you patterns that persist even today. This knowledge is your shield. For centuries, the powerful understood a simple truth: control the past, control the future. They didn't just conquer lands, they conquered minds. This ancient strategy is more relevant to your life than you might think. They erased inconvenient facts, silenced dissenting voices, and rewrote entire narratives. This wasn't accidental. It was a deliberate, systematic campaign. The implications for your understanding of current events are profound. But to truly grasp this ancient deception, we must journey back to where the very concept of collective knowledge was first threatened. It's a story of ambition, destruction, and a loss that still echoes through time. Consider the legendary Library of Alexandria, a beacon of ancient wisdom. It housed countless scrolls, representing humanity's accumulated knowledge. Its destruction wasn't just a loss of books, it was a deliberate act of intellectual suppression. I've linked the source in the description. This wasn't a single event, but a series of devastating blows over centuries. Each fire, each act of neglect, systematically erased vast swathes of human achievement and understanding. Imagine entire fields of science, philosophy, and engineering simply vanishing from public record. This left future generations to rediscover what was already known, slowing progress. The powerful benefited from this ignorance, maintaining their unique access to information. This pattern of deliberate destruction wasn't unique to Alexandria. Across different civilizations, the powerful consistently targeted information that challenged their authority. They knew that knowledge was the ultimate weapon against their rule. The Roman Empire, for instance, perfected a chilling form of historical erasure known as damnatio memoria. This wasn't merely punishment. It was an attempt to make an individual's existence utterly disappear from history. You'll find the source link in the description. Statues were toppled, names chiseled from inscriptions, and all records destroyed. The goal was to remove any trace, any memory, of those deemed enemies of the state, ensuring their legacy was obliterated. This meant that even after death, a person could be condemned to non-existence. Their contributions, their warnings, their very identity, were wiped clean. It was a terrifying display of absolute control over historical truth. The pattern is always there. Same playbook, different era. While one group was lauded as heroes, another's very memory was being systematically erased. This contrast highlights the fragility of recorded history. The powerful understood that controlling the narrative meant controlling the populace. If you never knew a different path existed, you wouldn't seek one. This manipulation shaped entire societies for centuries, affecting your ancestors' lives. But here's the catch. The mechanism behind this control wasn't always brute force. Often, it was far more subtle, a quiet manipulation of what was deemed acceptable knowledge. The trick is simple, yet devastatingly effective. They didn't just destroy, they curated. Information that supported the dominant ideology was amplified, while anything contradictory was quietly sidelined or reinterpreted. This created a biased historical record, shaping your perceptions. This isn't prophecy. This is mathematics. The selective preservation of texts, the rewriting of official histories, all contributed to a carefully constructed reality. It was a system designed to prevent independent thought. The second piece of evidence, the bomb, reveals the true extent of this manipulation. Ancient scribes, under imperial decree, often altered historical accounts to flatter rulers or demonize rivals. This wasn't merely propaganda. It was history itself being fabricated. You'll find the source link in the description. Imagine a world where every official document, every historical record, was subject to revision based on political expediency. This created a foundation of lies, passed down through generations. The contrast is stark. Those in power dictated what was true, while ordinary citizens were fed a carefully filtered version of events. This allowed the elite to maintain their narrative, solidifying their control over the masses. And here's the key. This mechanism wasn't just about history, it extended to technology and scientific discovery. Innovations that threatened existing power structures were often suppressed, their creators silenced or discredited. Consider ancient Roman concrete, a marvel of engineering that allowed structures to endure for millennia. The recipe was lost for centuries, only recently rediscovered. Was its disappearance accidental, or was it a deliberate act to protect existing industries? The implications are staggering. How many other advancements, how many other solutions to humanity's problems were buried because they didn't serve the interests of the ruling elite? This question should concern you deeply. What makes this dangerous today is how these ancient tactics have evolved into modern information control. Right now, the same pattern of narrative manipulation is happening, often through algorithms and curated news feeds. The contrast is chilling. We believe we have unprecedented access to information, yet our understanding is increasingly shaped by unseen forces. Algorithms decide what you see, what you read, and what you believe. Modern parallels are undeniable. Governments and corporations now employ sophisticated methods to control public discourse, subtly guiding opinions and suppressing inconvenient truths. This impacts your daily life and decisions. Right now, the very history we consume online can be rewritten, not by burning libraries, but by deleting digital records or manipulating search results. This digital damnatio memoria is more pervasive than ever. The cost of not knowing this is immense. If you don't understand how information is controlled, you become a passive recipient of narratives designed to benefit others. Your ability to think critically is at stake. Every time, without fail, the powerful have always sought to control the flow of information. This isn't a new phenomenon. It's an ancient playbook adapted for the digital age, and it's happening faster than you realize. So, what should you take from this? First, understand that history is not a static record. It's a dynamic narrative, constantly being shaped and reshaped by those in power. Always question the official story. Second, recognize that information control is a tool. It's used to maintain power, suppress dissent, and guide public opinion. Be aware of the filters and biases in the information you consume every day. Third, build your own understanding. Seek out diverse sources, cross-reference information, and cultivate critical thinking skills. Knowledge is the only true protection against manipulation, safeguarding your future. This isn't just about ancient empires, it's about human nature. The desire for control, the fear of challenge. These are timeless forces. They manifest in every era, in every society, including your own. All sources are linked in the description. The evidence is clear. From ancient scrolls to digital algorithms, the struggle for truth is ongoing. Your awareness is the most powerful weapon in this fight. If this opened your eyes, if you finally understand that history is a battleground for truth, then you're starting to see the bigger picture. Subscribe, because the next video will reveal how wealth was secretly transferred for centuries. What other secrets are buried? Past Chronicles has the answers. I'll show you where to look.